Hello. Hi. Hilary Raven Porter here. Multidimensional healer and a Tamiana Starseed Oracle. Hi. I wonder what this is all about. Should we just is that my unicorn horn for today? I think it might be my unicorn horn for today. Oh my goodness. Ah, yes. Okay, unicorn horn has been flattened. Um, hi. Yeah, so full moon. Full moon. Blue moon. So if you're wondering why October has felt so and full and really heavy and full, it's like we're being impregnated with our shadow as we move into the underworld, right? As we move into those spaces where the work, it's heavy. It's not easy, but by doing it, it makes everything easier. Yeah. Yeah, so two full moons this month, right? In October, beginning and now at the end, which is talk about end caps, right? Bookends. And it's the first full moon on Samhain, aka some people call it Samhain. That's okay. For the longest time, I called it Samhain. And my mentor, bless his soul, he never once. Oh, that was such a really Christian comment. Not bless his soul. Um, Never once was like, "You're pronouncing it wrong," but not even once was he like, and pronouncing it the appropriate way so that I picked up oh, I think I'm saying it wrong. So literally, talk about being, and this is when I was going through witch training. Talk about being a bad trainee. Oh my goodness. So Samhain, I was literally pronouncing it the other way until last year, which is, you know what? It's okay. Everybody knew what I meant. I'm gonna give the heads up first. So my throat's scratchy. Don't worry, it's not the everything. It's so I might end up clearing my throat. This is what happens. We actually have a joke in our house because I'm always like, hem. It's just the most ridiculous joke. But we ended up doing it the other day to the tune of Mario. Hema. So, anyways, yes. So patience with that. I thank you for that. Yes. So two full moons. Samhain. So what is Samhain? Samhain is when the veils are super thin, right? So thin that this is when the dead and the spirit realm can just pass through, come up. But that's the thing is we can also go down easy, hence going down into the shadow work. Now, what's different about this year, and this has been coming up a lot for me in messaging, I was actually just talking about it today with somebody about how, so we have the doorway, right? So the doorway, we have Samhain and then Imbolc in the spring, late winter, I guess. Depends on where you're at or what weather, because Victoria doesn't really get full winter. And I keep looking out the window. So if I'm looking up, there's this the trees are just mesmerizing me. But I'm here with you. So usually, so it's like a doorway, right? Door opens one way, but then it closes within I couldn't call it the penumbral effect with the moon. So after a few days, it's gonna close, right? It was fully open today, and then it'll slowly be like till it closes, and then at Imbolc, same, and it sounds exactly like that. So you'll totally know when it is happening. No, but anyways, this year, so the door closes, you're like, okay, there was this gateway. We went into the underworld, we started our cocooning, we started our metamorphosis, we're doing the work, we're really looking at our shadows, we're integrating all of those things. And then we come out, right? The door opens and we come out. Not so clear this year. We're going in. But the realms are not the mesh. So I think of it like a mesh, and the mesh is super open and porous, so things can get through, right? And then instead of closing back up all the way, it's gonna go part way. So there's still gonna be this permeability. So there's gonna be this back and forth. Partly because right now, with everything that is going on, the density of the energy attracts those entities, right? They're like, what is going on up there? Yes, the sadness, the light brings it in, but the sadness really brings it in. I was doing sessions this week, and one of my sessions, we had three. So yesterday, three uh, family members from the other side come through into the session, and it was absolutely beautiful. But the quickness that they came through and the clarity that they were there was no humming and hawing on there, and they're like, "Hey, how's it going?" And there was no like, "I don't know how to come across." Like it was just bam. And yeah, so get ready. Get ready. And I say that with a smile, and I see my smile. Uh, Let me know, like, how has it been going with you? How has this time been for you? I can speak from what I've seen in my own world, which, let me tell you, if you want to talk about going into your shadow spaces, boom, 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 and just piling on top of each other, right? So it's easy to say, hey, you know what? This happened in your past. It's coming up now. I am so sorry. That's my alarm that I forgot to turn off. Oh my goodness, today, see? Um, so as these things are piling up, even if it's just one, comes in, and we're like, oh, hey, how's it going? Yeah, I see you. No, I'm good, thanks. It's going to come back. Or it's going to be there and you're going to feel it there, and it's going to absolutely permeate everything that's going on. Everything. Because it's going to be there injecting its energy. Because what are we? We're energy. Energy is everything, and absolutely everything is energy, including our thoughts. Yeah? Including our thoughts. Hence, Dr. Emoto. Who's Dr. Emoto? He's the one that did the water. You can check him out, EMOTO. And he did the crystals in water based on vibrations of words. So, like love, hate, those kinds of things. And the crystallizations were different. Same water, different patterns were created depending on what was being emitted in. This is also along the lines of homeopathic remedies, how it's the smallest dose creating the highest change, or essences, crystal essences, flower essences, same. It's the healing divine healing codes of a being in the water. And I say healing, but healing vibration, if we're like, oh yeah, the healing codes of that, because it's the finer vibration, but the denser vibrations are also captured, right? Purity of origin is key. So, on that note, it's going to go down, not down, it's going to go deep. It is deep down. We're going down into the underworld. It's not the time to pull the cover over our head. I mean, pull the cover over your head. Do it. Snuggle in. I mean, nesting has been like, I think I have nesting 101 locked down from this last month. Oh, I got this perfect little nesting space that I can set up. It's lovely. But in that nesting space, it's not a nesting in Netflix, tune it all out, right? It's a nesting and reviewing and releasing and healing. Because then when you come out to the other side, it's easier, right? It's easier. So we're going into that space. Okay. I will be posting this video as well afterwards. So if there's anything that you missed or you want to go back to and really hum and haw over or ask questions about, please totally do. Okay. And anytime, just let me know. Like, I got questions. What we're going to do. So going into Samhain, right? Samhain, underworld today. Crazy. It's in windstorms 2 days ago. Don't know if you experienced this, but crazy, woke me up windstorms, dream space, messages and messages and messages, and clear and lucid, right? Okay, so first we're gonna pull a card. So this is gonna be different. Usually I pull the card on the new and the full moon, and we talk about what's coming up for the next couple of weeks. So this is gonna be the card that's gonna be a card to go back. I was gonna say talisman is the word that's coming up, that we go back to as we go through this season. A lot of the cards, so I've been pulling a lot from the Tao, and another deck came up. So if you have influence, I can't even think of the words. The light codes are just like, I want to come and play. I'm like, just wait for a sec. We have the Tao Oracle. It's like my favorite ever. I'm very, very in love with this deck right now. And then we have this animal oracle. So can't really tell it's an animal from the back, can you? So we have the two. If you have one that you're drawn to, please totally feel free to reach out. Also, if you're on and you want a card pulled specifically for you, totally okay. You can just ask. Okay, I gotta show you this picture. I gotta show you this loveliness. It's not the card I pulled, but look at how cute that is. Look at his little hat. Oh my goodness. So cute. So we're gonna pull a card from both. So so yeah, guess what? Both decks. But they're saying so something that's funny is as I'm doing actions and the light codes are coming, they're like, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And this happens often with my partner, and I have to stop and be like, hey guys, he doesn't understand what I'm saying. Sometimes he gets it from the gist of what my hands are doing and stuff, but they don't get that you don't understand it. But that's okay. Okay. This deck is more of, it's the lighter side, but lighter in the sense of it's like the life preserver where we're going to come up to breathe when we go so deep, right? When we're just like, okay, you know what? I need a break. I need to come up for a breath, and then I'm going back in. So that's what this card's going to be. Oh, yes, Margot. Oh, yay! I'm so glad because I didn't know when I was coming on. It was totally just impromptu. Okay, I'm talk about this guy and think about which deck you would like me to pull for you, Margot. So this one is going to be the one that when we go down and deep, this is where our focus is going to be. This is going to be guidance for when we're in. This is going to be the life preserver. For when we do the double pull, Margot, please don't let that influence your decision because for you, it'll be just whatever deck you're drawn to. Yep? Okay. So we're going to start with the life preserver. Okay. Guys. So I shuffle until something jumps out. And sometimes there's multiples, but this is like 3. So let's see if one wants to come out of the 3. So they either jump out or they stick. So this guy's this makes me so happy. So I have a bit of an obsession with peacocks. Like my house isn't covered with them, but I have a little history with peacocks, and a very important person in my life used to call me his beautiful little peacock. How beautiful is that for our life preserver? Okay? Let it shine. Look at his heart. I guess it's his throat chakra, actually. So it's the shape, let me see if you can see. So it's the shape of a heart. But, stop. What, Mario? Speaking from our heart. Speaking from our heart. Speaking from our heart. Connection. This is one of our main blockages. Here is where we get a lot of block, and right along our diaphragm, right? Goes up, blocked, and we're like, nope, not going into the heart. This space, this heart space, is a hard space to get through. So our life preserver is to come up and to speak from our heart. It's not just about speaking from our heart, it's speaking to our heart. Right? Coming from someone who has a hard time speaking their emotions. It's true. I mean, we're breaking the habits of our childhood, of our parents, of our like everything, right? Mothers and father lines, and part of mine is very much so speaking my emotions. And it's like, nope, got it on my own. We're good. Yeah, got you, right? I can help you with yours, but mine, it's fine. I got it. Yeah, I recognize it 100%. My partner and I laugh about it all the time because of the stuff that I do to try to avoid speaking about them, or it's actually pretty funny, and now at least we can laugh about it now, right? So, it's not only just about vocalizing with people. There's other ways also to speak with our heart. Speak from our heart. What is our heart? Our heart's going to start to our heart is our truth, right? When we speak from the heart, that means we are speaking true, we are speaking from source, we are speaking our essence. That is your life preserver. That is what will help. That is what will bring in the light while we are traveling through the depths. Don't know why I keep getting Mario, but there's a level in Mario. I don't even know what Mario it is. Anyways, one of the Marios, it's on the Wii, where you're in the underworld and then there's this like light and you can't see anything else around except for where you choose to shine this light based on your controller, right? So Mario's on this platform and you're like, I'm gonna shine the light over here and I can see up here, but then you can't see down here, but then you can shine it here. So that's what this is. This is gonna help you shine the light. So not even when you fully come up and out, this is gonna shine that light down. So there's an herb, one of the plant spirits that I work with a lot is peony. So there's Paeonia lateriflora alba and rubra, white and red. I was gonna say white and dark. White and red. Yeah. So one, alba is the moon in the I don't like to say the upper world, but it is. It's above versus below, right? There's nothing attached to that. So I'm trying to think of different words to say, and it's like, I'm not better or worse than. It's just, we are physically above the underworld, right? So it represents the moon of our world. Rubra, the red peony, is the full moon in the underworld. And what it does is it helps us when you're traveling underneath to look up and remember where we came from. Remember how to come back up here so that we do not stay swimming in those depths, in that darkness, in that shadow space. Doing the shadow space work, yes, important. It's our life. We're human. We're going to always, not always, we will pick up things as we're going, right? And so we'll need to clear these things, release these things, work through these things, whether they're ours, our parents, other people's, past lives, it doesn't matter. But sometimes we can lose our way in that. It's like if you're very, very depressed and you get down into those depths, it can be hard to come back out. Rubra allows you to remember how to get back up here. Yeah. They're like, there's so much more to say about this card. It's just like, okay, let's play the card. Sometimes I think these videos can be like 7 hours long, and you're just like, oh my god. So there's two. They're like, don't be lazy, just read both. Because I'm like, no, I want to. Like, there should only be one. And that is a prime example, unicorn horns back. That is the prime example of the thinking mind coming in and being like, no, 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 no. This is what it should be, right? My mind was like, no, no, it should only be one. No, no, no. Intuition. Okay, you ready? I'll give you the not so intense one first. So I love these cards too. They're absolutely beautiful. Look at that guy, right? Look at that full moon. Isn't that us walking into the underworld right now? So this is contemplation. gaining an overview, detached observation, increased understanding of our shadow spaces. Solitude, don't know about you, but I've been practicing my solitude for the last month of just like really being like, nope, I need to honor the space of pulling back and going in. If you're part of my email list, you've probably noticed there hasn't been much coming out lately. It's probably been a couple of months, and it's not doing that striving right now. It's not doing that pushing. It's like, okay, this needs to come out now. This is what I need to do now for myself, and this is my boundary. In when we have chronic illness and stuff, we often talk about pacing and being like, this is what is manageable right now. But there's also a pacing, even if you don't have chronic illness, of like, no, this is what I need for myself, right? Increased understanding, solitude, integration through reflection. Okay, so we're going to throw some coins for that guy in a second. If you've never seen this deck, it's the I Ching down here on the corner. And then I have coins. So you throw the coins and they represent the lines, and then it'll tell you if you need to change the line or not. And if you change it, there's an extra message. So we're just going to see if there's an extra message in the book, which is right here. So this is the second one. Yeah, abysmal. So I don't like referring to everything that's happening in the world too much, because we all know what's happening. Like, we're not oblivious to it. There's shit going down on many layers. Whatever your belief is on the everything, whether your belief is the scamdemic, or whether your belief is reality, truth in what we're being told. And all along the range. Some people are like, no, I would give my life for Miss Dr. Bonnie. And other people are like, screw you all. Like, I don't believe absolutely anything that's anything to do with their 3D world. So there's a wide range, right? And some you're variable. So regardless, we're all affected by what's happening right now. Whether we're fighting against it, the scamdemic, or whether we're following along, it's taxing us. And now we're going into the underworld, where it's dark. Already feeling like we've been in it for a couple months. For a lot of us, for a lot of people. I mean, that's why I feel so blessed to be able to offer some of the light or the support through the dark, right? That little spotlight as we're going. So the abysmal: danger, insecurity, overwhelm, unpredictability, hazardous conditions, dark emotions, facing fear, and courage. I tell you right now, Borge for courage. Borge is one of our best friends right now, also for our adrenal support. Yeah, our adrenals Borge is phenomenal for that. So let's see if there's other. Hi, Brandy. We got Brandy, Tabasoma, and oh my goodness, where did you go, Margot? So we're gonna look. So Brandy, we pulled a couple cards. So we're just checking out to see what the other messages are. So we're gonna go for, let's see here. So it's 6 rules per I Ching, because there's the double. So the first card is just what it is. We'll go back over it in a second here. And my guides are laughing at me like, you're not gonna find anything, but I'll laugh at them if they're wrong. Tabasom. I love it. I love your name. That's a very beautiful name. No, that one stays the same. Okay, so my guides. So the abysmal. Okay. For all who just joined us. Oh my god, yeah, you're still here. Okay. So life preserver, right? Speaking from the heart and speaking with the heart. Both ways. Okay. Amo soto stoa sito sikito paia sono soya satashkotoya nista. Or senstiu to stoa masito to komunia soto sai. So there's soto soto ma soto shtoku no soto siu no mosaya. So there's this like so that connection right between our heart and our throat that we were talking about. But there's this like if I was facing this way, it'd be like a curve between the heart and the throat. It's actually soto sotayo no mo soto ania soto tsukoto ania sto no sto. I lied. It's not the heart. So we're speaking from the heart, but another aspect of that is our throat to our thymus. So tapping this will help stimulate it if it's not working enough, but it'll also help reduce it if it's overstimulated and causing this like I always feel like it's like an adrenaline surge. But then if it's not working enough, because it helps with our immune systems, right? But our immune systems aren't just about our physical bodies. That's a whole nother discussion. So then, see, I get distracted. For when we're in the underworld and we're doing the work and we're metamorphosizing, that's one way to get through it and to help as like the crumbs along the way to be like, okay, I'm getting there, that support, that drive, but not even drive. It's the support. It's the treat to be like, it's okay, you know what, you're doing the work, and to recognize that we're doing the work. So right, so that was the first one as we're in the underworld. And this is the second one, the abysmal. So this one is the one with the extra message. My guides, I'm just going to tell you, I mean, they've become more and more and more vocal. My partner and I've been doing some work. He's an amazing Reiki master. And so we've been doing some work on my stuff, and they're just like, just so you know, you're going to get more light codes. And it's sometimes. Anyway, so extra message. Ready for this guy? One of the mind's favorite activities is to set up a non-stop series of dramatic twists and turns in every effort to divert the energy away from turning in and taking responsibility for actions that have not been effective in dissolving our problems. Netflix. Every step out of turmoil begins from within. I'll repeat that. Every step out of turmoil begins from within. If you haven't been there lately, it's time for a visit. This is the time to lean on your supports. Family, friends, healers, whoever you have in your support system, nature. I get some of my clients to do this because when we're in the thick of it, when we are cocooned so tight, we can barely reach our arm out to like grab a snack, to grab the water, to like get up to go to the bathroom. And we're so heavy upon us, right? Make yourself a list now before we get further in. Or if you're feeling like right now, today is very, very heavy, wait until you have a bit more lightness to you, right? Things are a little brighter. But don't wait too long because we're going in fast. This is not a quick, short journey. Make yourself a list of all of your supports, all of the people in your life, professional, friendly, romantic, all of them that you feel you can go to, but don't just put their name down. Put down their name and how you feel they support you. Because we have different people in our lives that support us with different things, right? So for example, if you go to a massage therapist, you're going to them for body work. You go to an acupuncturist, well, you can go to them for body work too, but maybe you're going for a nervous system reset or digestive stuff. Or you have a shaman, or you have your mother who's really good at making sure you're fed, you know, those kinds of things. Or you have a friend that's really, really good at listening and reflecting back to you what you're saying without judgment. And you know that you can go and say absolutely anything to them. Make a note, because you might see their name and be like, but I don't know. Or you're like, well, I'd never call them. Well, yeah, because they're on there for a reason. Also make a list of the supports that you have that are tools. So tools like herbs, Do you have specific herbs that you go to for certain things? Like I said, borage is amazing for the adrenal system. Another one that's really amazing is Crataegus. English name is hawthorn, right? Crataegus oxyacantha. Really, really amazing in opening the heart. Rose right now is also amazing. Lavender is amazing for our nervous system and our digestive system and creating light in the spine and connecting it all the way up and all the way down into the earth, right? All the way up to the stars and all the way down to the earth. So those are some really lovely ones. Of course, consult somebody if you're on any medications or have any conditions or anything, because these might not be right for you. There's no one size fits all, right? Skull cap is also amazing for the nervous system. And I'm quite a fan, like I said, of peony. Here, apparently the plants are loving this right now. Today is peony. Blue lotus is coming up, but that one's with a strong caveat. Blue lotus is not for everyone, for sure, and is best because it will open up your crown mass. So having people around that understand, having a support, a guide while you're with lotus, there's blue and red, totally different in the depths that they go. Red goes shadow space massively. So we got plants, we've got supplements. There might be some supplements that you're like, oh my goodness, this one makes me feel like if my muscles, because there's gonna be physical comes while we're integrating with the spirit, right? Because they're trying to get at a resonance. They'll never be at the exact same vibration. It's not going to happen. We have finer vibration, depth of vibration. You can't mesh those. Like if you brought the spirit down to this density, you become physical. If you bring the physical up to that vibration, you're just going to evaporate. So let's get them into resonance, right? Where they're dancing really well. And sometimes if our body, so let's say we're having tight muscles, well, we got our magnesium. Amazing. Let's say we don't have enough protein in our diet. What do we got going on there? We got our iron supplements, right? If we need it. If you're on any medications that are helping you, if you have an underactive thyroid, an overactive thyroid, like there's so many things out there for us. Probiotics for digestion. I just found this really great prebiotic. So there was this really great one. I was so mad when it disappeared. So mad. So mad. Because it was made out of Zea mays, corn silk, which is so good. But a new one came out called MS Prebiotic. And it makes me think of MSP in Canada, but it's MS Prebiotic, and it's made with potato, which is better than a lot of the other ones that have all this other stuff in it. It's literally like, that's what it is. Anyways, loveliness. But, so make a list, right? People, plants, teas, supplements, exercises that you have that you are drawn to, and when are you drawn to those things? Like, yeah, a hot bath with this essential oil and Epsom salt, bam. Snuggling with my kidlet, hugging, where's my favorite tree? Write down your favorite tree. Cold water swimming. Like, what are the things that are your tools that help you feel good, that you tend to poo-poo? Food, certain foods, the healthy foods, the foods that make you feel good, but that aren't gonna suck you into the crap that keeps you wanting to go back for it, not for the good reasons, right? I raise my hand and admit I have a love of MS. Is it MS Craters? Anyways, it's that popcorn, the Chicago mix, the cheese, the caramel, and it's so bad. Can't keep it in the house. Anyways, it's so bad. Okay. If you have any questions about any of these cards, please let me know. Margot, you had requested a card. If anybody else here wants a card pulled specifically for them, also let me know. Margot, do you know what deck you want? You're welcome. Or should I just pick? I'd love to know. Animal deck, please. Yes. I love you. Woo! Okay, so we'll start with animal deck. And Tabasom, let me know which deck you want. Both of Tabasom and Brandy. We've got animals for Margot. Yes, I will do animal deck for you, Margot. And then so the other guys, the other two peeps, we've got an animal deck, which was where the peacock one came from, and then we have the the Tao. So just let me know. I'm going to pull Margot's first. And also, please let me know. So I usually download these and then post them to my YouTube. If you're not comfortable with me doing that, please let me know. But I like to spread the word to as many people as I can through these means. Yes, Brandy, I love it. And chance to support opening. Dadak, perfect. Brandy, do you have any chants in mind? So Margot, so okay, sounds good, Brandy. Okay, so we're talking birds. We were just talking about our voice when it came to so the peacock speaking from the voice, and that interpreter here of the thymus. Whew. As I keep touching and tapping, there's like emotion. Whew, my partner Dara had said, like, you need to tap this because there's so much activity here that it's like getting stuck. That's where I'm holding a lot of my stuff, and I obviously haven't been tapping since he told me that because I'm tapping it now. And so Margot, parrot spirit, this is all about watching your words, right? This is about it's not only about watching the words you speak to others, it's also about watching the words that you speak to yourself. Which can be even more detrimental and more hurtful, how we speak to ourselves, than anything anybody else says to us. Yeah, we're our own worst critic, 100%. And regardless if those words came from somebody else, because it's not always our own belief. We don't come in with these beliefs about ourselves. So they're often created from our relationships, from our experiences. But there's this like voice in the back of your head that keeps coming up. It's time to reschedule, replan. Redirect those words. So they're saying those words that keep coming, cycle them through your heart first. You hear them coming, you feel them, say, hey, I got a little trip for you. And then visualize them going down the little highway into your heart, filtering through your heart. That's brilliant and bright and full and vibrant and just juicy, right? Filter it through there. Oh, look, we're going through the thymus. Through our throat. So good. And then we're speaking those words back to ourselves. Okay? Because, dude, you're loved. You're amazing. You do so much. And you try so hard. And you give what you got. And it's okay to tell yourself those things. It's not egotistical to love yourself. Okay? It's been a lot of tears lately too. Have you guys also been feeling the tears? Like, I'm joking. You're so welcome, Margot. I was so joking with somebody that I've just bought stock in Kleenex. 1 for the mandala room and 2 for my own room, because it's just like cleansing and cleansing and cleansing and cleansing. Okay, so Tabasom, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. You've got two cards. They literally, I'm shuffling, and one like went under the table here. Asukoto ni sutomoma sita shito wa amasito tsuko papsita tsahaya. So masita shito wa ya. So this is the one. Okay. So the first one was inner truth. I'll throw the coins as well for you for these. The wisdom of the heart, insight, clarity, purity, intuitive knowing, consciousness and penetrating illusion. So don't know how much you know about the different chakras in the head. We have like the altar major, we have the connection up to our antakarana. And they're telling me to tell you to research these chakras, all of these. And if you have a knowing of them, it's time to go deeper with them. Just like, right? Basically, but to really create that. But very much so, while you're doing that, if you have a grounding practice, an easy one is to picture while you're breathing your cord going down into the earth through your tailbone. Some people picture it going all the way down their legs and into their feet and into the earth. And it keeps giving that image of the lotus, gorgeous flower, right? Which makes sense because this is like a lotus picture. Lotus flower, and then it has the stem. It's this thin stem, kind of like our spine, right? Going down into the muck, down into the earth. Goes down, 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 down. So ground yourself out through this image of this lotus, basically up here, okay? And then the root going down. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff up here. Something with the third. It's like a singlet, like those really thin, like princesses used to wear. With the jewel upside down teardrop at the front. Purple jewel. Amethyst. No. Chariot. No. Can't remember the name of the crystal right now. It's not chariot. It's kind of reminding me of Larimar, but purple. I know I have it. It's not in my room. I'm just looking here. But yeah, look up the purple crystals, kind of Larimarish in its. Not kunzite. I'm sorry, I can't think of the name, but Crystal Vaults is a good website to look up crystals, and I think they have a section where you can actually click on like color. Okay, so your second card is all about peace, which is okay. So 11, number 11, gates, right? It's the two posts of the gate. Harmony, balance, perfection, equipoise, a sense of well-being, favorable conditions, and expansion. Fluorite, no, it's not purple fluorite. It's so I'll show you my Larimar. I'll grab it. So Larimar kind of has a milkiness to it. See? So it's kind of like, it's called dolphin stone. So it's got this like milky quality to it. And so that's what I'm getting with this purple one. And I know it, but it's just not, the name is just not coming. Which card would you like further? Would you like me to look? Such beautiful messages, right? Both. All. I love them. Guidance, direction from our guides. Tabasom, if you could let me know which card you want further depth. I will throw the coins for one of the cards for you. If you want further depth on either of them, I can throw the coins and see what the message is there. Ah, yes. Okay. And while you consider that, oh, the inner truth. Okay. Okay, inner truth. Oh, no. No. It's funny, I've had these cards for a long time, the Tao, and I never used them in the way that with the coins that I was directed to use them, or like how they suggest to use them, because I was like, it's too complicated. I've had these like literally this deck for almost 20 years, and I was like, it's too complicated, I can't do it. And then my partner, when he looked, was like, I gotta learn how to do this, and it was challenging for him to understand, so I reread it, and I was like, oh. Now I use them all the time. Very much proof, and sometimes we don't do the things that we think are going to be challenging, but then when we actually do them, they're not as bad as we think they are. Okay, ready? It's just the first line. So don't assume that just any inner voice you might be hearing is really your own. Most of us have a whole crowd of voices inside us, from parents to teachers, coworkers, and friends. To hear your own inner voice needs a finely tuned ear and the willingness to discard even apparently good advice if it does not arise directly from your own experience. Undertake the task as if your life depended on it. In a spiritual sense, it does. Yeah. So again, relating back to the voice. The voice says our own and those that we hear within us that aren't our own. So I feel that the theme tonight is voices, our throat. So there you go. Brandy, it's your turn. We're gonna do you said the animal deck, we're gonna do the animal for you. That's the one you're drawn to. Love these decks. Okay, Brandy. That's beautiful, hey? There is always enough. Even when there only seems to be grains of sand or salt as they're showing me. There's always enough. There's always enough because it's exactly what we need. And I know I get so frustrated when somebody's like, but it's exactly what was supposed to happen. And I'm just like, seriously? But it's the truth when we step back from it. Everything that's there is what's supposed to be there. The caveat being that you can change what is there, and the divine will continue to give you what is meant to be there, but based on the effort that you are putting in. Now, part of that challenge is people are like, what about me? I'm like, I'm sick. This is happening, blah, blah, blah. And it always happens to me. One of the hardest times to switch our brain around because it gets heavy. But the divine is still there helping you. If you were just they've been getting a little firm with their tone lately, and it makes me giggle every time. But if you're just being like, I don't have to do anything, they're gonna do it all for me. If the divine was really here helping me, then I shouldn't have to do anything. I'm just gonna lay back. I'm not gonna make that money to pay my bills. I'm not gonna put out the effort to go get my own groceries. I'm not gonna. Then the divine's gonna be like, okay, well, whatever then. Sure, that's fine. But why isn't anything coming my way? Well, because you stopped putting the effort. The divine gifts you more. Gifts you more when you put in the effort because she sees that you're serious. But even as we're getting those more things, sometimes we're like, yeah, but what about that? What about that? There was always enough, and coming back. They're coming back to the heart on this one. There's always enough love. Because the more love you give and the more love is generated, the more love is created. It's circular in the good way. Centrifugal force. Right? Just like the heart sounds. So there's enough. There's enough. There's enough. And they want to tell you again, there is enough. And they keep going back away from the, it's interesting because I keep going into the, they keep going into the like money, material, like those kinds of things. But, and so I'm asking questions. They're like, no, 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 because it goes back here. The giving love, the receiving love. This image of like pulling the heart out and like holding it. And they're like, if you put your whole heart into it, if you fully give yourself, if we, sometimes, so one of my favorite quotes on the sign downstairs says, sometimes our only available transportation is a leap of faith. We have no idea what's going to happen on the other side. And it's just like, you know what? No, this is right. This feels right. Here we go. We take that step forward and we do it and it happens. Scary as hell sometimes, though. Just saying. Not an easy transition. Anybody that's like, Spirit's all love and light. Spirit is love and light, but holy hell, gonna be hard. It's not so all pure and innocent and, you know, it's just not. And truthfully, it's when it's too easy, I never feel that it's legit. Oh, maybe that's my own thing, but okay. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. This is really lovely. The moon, it's clear where I am, so, and the way the moon trajectory is over our backyard, I'm hoping to go sit out on our patio and just drink it in, right? Yeah, moon water too. Put a cup of delicious water outside in the moon or by a window, and then drink that up tomorrow, and that'll help like fill your cup as well, right? Because the moon's got a lot of power. And as always, if there's anything that you need, totally feel free to reach out. I opened up another day of sessions just because, you know, it's what's needed right now. So there's one more day of sessions opened up. Yeah. And if you missed the first part of the video, I'm going to be posting this. We're going to see. I don't know. Instagram changed everything. So we'll see if I can do it. We'll see what happens. But so much love to you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for so much for showing up to you. And yeah, I'm being open to it all. Okay.